So currently the issue I'm running into is I'm having a lot of bird nesting happening underneath on the underside of my fabric. I believe it is the bobbin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna compare the potentially damaged and or broken bobbin. And I'm gonna compare that to the brand new bobbin. So right here, I got my broken bobbin that I think is causing the issues. And right here, I got my new bobbin. Then this is the bobbin part that I got. It's from Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum. So here's the new bobbin compared to the old bobbin. So with the old bobbin, I think what my issue is, but I'm not 100% sure. I think my issue is in this little area right here. Let me get a little pointer. So I think this area like right in here, where it's like kind of dented in. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this little dent is what's like causing my issues, but it could be a little tension part right here. I've already cleaned the inside of it. This one doesn't have that like upper little fabric piece as compared to the new one. Like I said, this one has this little dent, and I'm gonna bring in the new one. This one has this little extra piece of foam, and then when you're looking at this guy, notice how it doesn't have like the little indent that this part has been damaged. You see this guy, it has the green showing you that it's been calibrated to the right tension that it should be, so I don't have to mess with that at all. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just get the machine ready and do a little eye test and see if my issue is the bobbin. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this light green for my upper thread up here. I'm gonna use black for my bobbin thread. So that way we can have a good little comparison. Go ahead and press that button. You can see the message. Go ahead and press it again. I'm gonna hit cancel. And I think what I'm gonna do is just do the little eye test. So I'm gonna go ahead, get a basic. Let's do this one. I might do the A test. So I'm gonna do some A's. I'm gonna move it to the top, so that way I can do multiple tests. I should be able to do at least 1, 2, and if I did 2 down here, do 2 more A's. But I'm gonna go ahead and set that so the machine's ready to go, and thread my machine up. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the damaged bobbin. I'm gonna go ahead and set that in there. Go ahead and put my plate back on. Get my bobbin. Put my bobbin in. I'm gonna take my hoop, put that in there. All right, so this one, first on the left, we're gonna do the potentially damaged bobbin. And on the right, we will do the brand new bobbin. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there because it just doesn't sound right. Let's see what it looks like underneath. All right, so right now it looks like it's pulling in way too much. So the bobbin tension seemed a little high. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a little quarter turn. Okay, let's try that now. Do y'all hear that sound? I ain't no machine expert, but I know it probably shouldn't sound like that. Also, my tension right up there is set to 2. You guys can see. Okay, now I will be putting in this brand new inner rotary hook. And let's see the comparison. All right, so the new housing is in. Let's go ahead and put it under there. We're gonna go ahead and hit the start button and get it going. Still sounds weird. gave it a good cleaning. Maybe there's some spots that need maybe a little bit of oiling. So as we're looking in there, like it's not really like dirty or anything. But I'm gonna get my little compressed air, clean it out, use my little bristle brush that comes with the machine. Give a little drop of oil right in there in that rotary area, and then we'll continue. Just a drop of oil right there. Go ahead and put my plates back on. Actually, let me go ahead and spin it for a little bit. Work that oil in. I think I might want to go ahead and like change my tension. I usually keep it like the 1 to 2 area, but it seems like I might need to like dial this guy up to like maybe like 4.5. Let's see what that does. And sometimes with these like little letter tests, I feel like it doesn't like cover the full scope of one of my patches. So sometimes I like doing my tension test while actually embroidering a patch, because not too often am I doing just letters. So just because the tension might look good on the letter, it might not look too good on one of my patch designs. It is complete. Let's see what it looks like. So this one was the new inner rotary hook, but it also was at 4.5 tension. This side it was at 2, and this side was at 4.5 tension. If you can see that. This guy was at 2 in regards to the tension as well, but the inner rotary hook was not really set to any tension strength. So I'm gonna try to do this again with the new inner rotary hook. For this, I'm gonna move the design down, and I'm gonna take my tension down maybe to like 3.5. Take the tension down. Let's just try that 3. Alright, we will stop it there. We'll take a look at it and then adjust our tension from there. So let's scoot my camera back. So look at it here. It's kind of pulling in far on this side, as you guys can see. I think I want to do an actual, well, let me take it up to 3.5. Let's see what the next side of the 8 looks like. Okay. Right now, what I'm mainly worrying about is it going to burn nest? For the letters, it won't burn nest as easily, but when it comes to actual file, we will see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go ahead and embroider right over this current design. That should look interesting. Probably hard to see it. It's like all in here. Not seeing the upper thread peek through too much, so let's keep going. Right up in here is where it's starting to do this little fill. I'm not seeing too much of like the blue coming through, so I'm gonna keep it going, maybe till like gets down like to this area, and then we'll take it off and compare it. Right now I feel like my upper tension might be a little high. Like I said, I'm gonna keep letting it go and I will come back to it. This stuff is all about just making your little fine-tune adjustments. So if you guys can see, it's doing a zigzag thing. But I'm not seeing any of the upper thread pull through. So I think I want to take the upper thread down a little bit. I'm gonna take it, right now it's at 3.5, I'm gonna take it down to 2.5 and see what that looks like. Still don't see much of the upper thread pulling through, like especially when it gets like to like the edges. As far as looking at it from the top, like it looks pretty good tension wise. I think I'm good with the new inner rotary hook assembly. I'm gonna put the old one back in and let's see what happens with the old bobbin assembly. Okay, so the old potentially damaged or worn out rotary hook assembly is in, and let's see it embroider. The upper tension is still at 2.5. I think this was happening because up here the upper thread was caught a little bit into the mechanism that feeds to the winding of the bobbin. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna skip forward like 100 or so stitches and then get another tester. So let's do that. Okay, so the potentially damaged inner rotary assembly has been going for a little bit. Let's stop it and see what it looks like. Like you see there's this gap here. That gap is intentional because I skipped down from like this area down to this area to get a more like better look at what's going on. From this top half downwards to right about here is the new inner rotary hook assembly, and from that point downwards is the old inner rotary hook assembly, which is potentially damaged. You guys see that? That is not pretty at all, huh? It's not pretty at all. So I think my issue is that that my inner rotary hook assembly is might just be like a little too worn out to where it doesn't quite function right anymore. Look at all this, got all this stuff. It's a complete mess. So I think what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and discard this. Well, not discard it, but I'm gonna go ahead and pack away this old inner rotary hook assembly. In the meantime, I got my new one, which is good. So I'm gonna just run off this new one. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.